Now we want to address the question of terror. Brian Levin is a professor of criminal justice and director of the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism at California State University. And he joins us now by phone from San Bernardino. Thank you so much, Professor Levin, for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is an issue that is so familiar to you based on your research and some of the books you've authored and articles you've written. What do you make of who is possibly behind what happened in Boston yesterday? I know President Obama has really warned against pinpointing any specific group or persons.
We don't know yet, and as time goes on, that picture will become less fuzzy. There are three types of people who commit these kinds of attacks. The first is the ideologically motivated. They're either political, or they are religious, or a combination of both. Psychologically dangerous. They could be a sociopath, or they could be, as well, someone who has a cognitive impairment, or thirdly, they could be someone with personal benefit or revenge.
Now, speaking about the day itself yesterday and it being Patriot Day, Tax Day, so many speculations about what potentially that day itself meant to whoever committed the crime, are you able to just kind of deduct what was the intention?
No. We could say that's a possible motive, something about the date. But the Columbine attacks took place on Hitler's birthday, had nothing to do with it. When you're talking about an event that is a quintessential American event, there could be numerous reasons, of which the date could be a reason, but it could also be a coincidence just because the event itself is a symbol for something as opposed to the date that it's on. Curiously, there's been a manual put out by an al-Qaeda splinter group in the last month that instructed people how to do attacks in the United States, in English, in color, and the bombs appeared to be similar to what was done in Boston. But again, that could be coincidence too.
Now, Professor Levin, you just mentioned Al-Qaeda. Normally, they would, really brag and boast about doing something like this. The fact that no one has owned up, is that any indication of what is largely going on, or at least trying to eliminate who it could be?
No. Again, no there too. Great questions, though. And here's why. Because Al-Qaeda has been split. Al-Qaeda has been split between wanting to do large, high-profile attacks with mass casualties, much bigger tin this, but they also have another track where they're trying to get lone wolves and small cells to do things as well. So if it is, it could be that type of entity, a small lone wolf or an autonomous cell doing this kind of stuff.
Very briefly, Professor Levin, before you go, what does this mean in terms of the security here in the United States and really going forth, what people should expect?
Well, I think there's going to be heightened vigilance, in particular with how average citizens respond to suspicious items and people who are acting in a furtive way. I also think there's going to be a heightened use of video surveillance cameras in densely populated areas or events.
Well, thank you so much, Professor Levin. Brian Levin is a professor of criminal justice and director of the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism at California State University.